Hey guys, in this video, I want to show you guys my YouTube channel's stats and talk a little bit about them and the idea behind them all, and also why I have multiple YouTube channels. I talked about this in several YouTube videos, but I thought to create a YouTube video about this and show you guys the stats and everything behind the YouTube channel. I think it's really cool to document now, and also I think it's pretty cool for you guys to know. I feel like a lot of you don't even know. One of my friends recently discovered I have several hundred subscribers on one of my YouTube channels, and he didn't even know that. And so he gave me the idea off of our phone call. He gave me the idea to create a video talking about this, documenting the process a little bit, because a lot of you don't know about it. And although I've talked about it several times, it's not very many people have ever came across those YouTube channels. So let's check it out. And so I'm here recording my screen. And so here, this is my primary YouTube channel, which is the YouTube channel you are currently watching this video on. And so these are all my videos here. And these are my stats, where I have 5,000 views. Now, technically, I was up over 100,000 views, but I ended up deleting all of my YouTube Shorts content, which was, I believe it was a little over 1,000, just on this YouTube channel. It was quite a bit. And I didn't think about documenting the process and showcasing me removing all of my YouTube Shorts. I didn't think about it until way, way, way after. I just happened to do it. And my thought process, which was the reasoning why I stopped doing YouTube Shorts. Now, whether this was a good decision or a bad one, I can't fully say. But my idea was, by me incorporating both longer form content, which is content like this, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 10 minutes, things like that. By me incorporating longer form content, is my thought process was, by me doing these kind of styles of content, like 5 minutes to 25-minute pieces of content, and also doing YouTube Shorts as well, audience are going to subscribe, whether, if they watch a longer form content, they're going to subscribe because they liked the longer form content. And then there's also going to be people who are going to subscribe and like you for your short form content, which are usually under 3 minutes. And my thought process is, okay, if I gain a lot of subscribers from YouTube Shorts, now when I upload my longer form content, which to me is more important, those audiences are not going to be actively engaged or be much interested in my longer form content because they subscribed through a short form content. So they may come across my longer form content and click it, but they're used to seeing me for, say, 30 seconds to a minute. And they're going to watch my content for several seconds, and then they're going to click off, which can negatively impact my YouTube channel. So that was my thought process behind it. So I ended up removing literally over 1,000 pieces of YouTube Shorts, and I just started focusing on longer form content. And that was my thought process on that. So technically, I had over 100,000 views, but because I removed all of that content, those views no longer count. So currently, I started this YouTube channel in 2019. I technically started it in 2020. That's when I really started uploading content. And then I have 5,000 views currently, and today's date is currently October 11th, 25. And then this is my primary YouTube channel. So I talk about, life with SMA, mental health, and resilience. And you can check out my content here if you are interested in it. And then I also had a production team, someone from my team who helps me create content for another YouTube channel, which you soon will see on here, reached out to them, and they created content for this, which is animated content. That was like an idea I had. And then I was like, I don't want to incorporate animated content on this YouTube channel. I want to primarily me, my story, and what I have to share and say. So I started doing that. And then I had Victortheinspiration Shared Philosophy. This, a total lifetime currently is 9 views. However, technically, this YouTube channel had over 500,000 views. I believe it was a little over 600,000 views in total. But again, I removed literally 3,000, a little over 3,000 pieces of content. I believe it was closer to 4, but 3,000 looked like a nicer number, which is why I put it here in the thumbnail. And but yeah, I deleted thousands and thousands of pieces of content, literally hours and so much hours and work and time, editing. So much time went into just this YouTube channel alone. So it did hurt to remove all of that content. But when I began this YouTube channel, I had an idea to share like my own philosophy, share quotes, words of wisdom. But I really didn't have much of an idea behind it. I just simply started it with little to no idea at all for this YouTube channel. And I did fairly well. I mean, I did gain like I believe it was like a little over 600,000 views. And I should have documented it, but I didn't. And I started this YouTube channel 3 years ago. Wow, like literally just 3 years ago, which is pretty cool. And I gained a little over 1,000 subscribers. Very, very exciting and really, really cool with this. But I began doing a rebranding recently with this YouTube channel, which I want to keep it more faith-based, spiritual. Excuse me. I want to keep it more faith-based, spiritual-based, psychology, tips, words of wisdom. I want to keep it on this YouTube channel. So I have much more of a vision for this. Now, this YouTube and each YouTube channel, I'll mention it as well at the end of the video, but each YouTube channel has a different audience I want to attract, and I will explain why in a second. So this is this YouTube channel here, and yeah, so I began doing this like a month ago, and then what else? And then this is my third YouTube channel, The Victor Motivation, and this one, fun story about this is I actually had on this YouTube channel, I believe it was close to 100,000 views. A little under or a little over 100,000 views. But I deleted a lot of the content on this one as well. Now, this YouTube channel, which is The Victor Motivation, I started this. When did I start this? I started this in February of 23. So a little over 2 years ago. Just about 2 years ago. And I gained it to a little over, say, close to 900 subscribers. And I currently have 3 views because I deleted everything. But on this YouTube channel I hired, again, someone to help me create the content, and it was motivational content. So my face was not attached to this YouTube channel whatsoever. It was motivational videos that were created, talking about Steve Harvey, David Goggins, Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk, a lot of these different people, celebrity figures or successful figures, motivational figures. And, it was motivational content about their story, about their life, about their words of wisdom that they had to offer in a motivational styled way. And I had this going for, since literally the very beginning of the YouTube channel. So for 2 years, I was creating content. But the problem, began is, I began to lack the financial resources to keep it going. So I wasn't uploading on this YouTube channel for a while. So what I did is after I did a rebranding with this YouTube channel, and I was like, okay, remove all of your content, get a much better vision and do it like that. Then I was like, okay, you know what? Why don't I do the same for this one? So I can, just not have this YouTube channel sitting there with, I believe I had a little over 100 pieces of content, maybe around like 150 pieces of content. And I was like, okay, so let me restart this one. And my original idea was kind of like the same way, but I would hire someone from my team that creates my SMA videos, and I will share that in a second. And I reached out to them. I was like, hey, this is my idea with a YouTube channel of mine that I have. Can you make it happen? And they were like, yeah, sure. And so after some back and forth, and after literally me being up at like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, just brainstorming what can I do, and then also communicating with my team just to get this going. Literally sleepless nights. There would even be nights, I never share this, but there would even be nights where I would get like 2 hours of sleep, an hour of sleep, sometimes even no sleep at all. I'm not even exaggerating. And just because I'm working and communicating with my team and working on these YouTube channels, whether it's with this one or whether it's with my SMA channel or whether it's with another project I am working on. A lot of sleepless nights, and sometimes it would affect my SMA because when you don't sleep, you get sluggish, you get fatigue, you feel fatigue, and then also it affects your respiratory. And I know the negative impact it can have on me, more so with me with my SMA and my condition. I'm very, very well of it, very, very aware of it. But you know, some things you just have to make sacrifices, I guess. I'm not saying you should sacrifice your health. I'm just saying sometimes you're limited time, and you just have to do what you can while you still can. And so anyhow, so my original idea was to create motivational content, and create motivational content. So like this one, oh, I won't. Doesn't have the audio, but like this one, we can show it. It's fine.
What do you think of Jesus?
There's a lot of people that believe that there was this very exceptional human being that existed. So the question is, what does that mean? Does it mean he was the Son of God? Does it mean he was just some...
Cheating was about to be stoned to death, he stepped in. When kids were being pushed away from him,
So it's, style like that. The story of Jesus, I thought was a pretty good one. Jesus personally saved my life. He's a very, very, played a significant factor in my life. And then I also have Steve Harvey, another very, very big one. These two come to mind, which is Jesus and Steve Harvey, come to mind when it comes to my breakthrough story or my testimony. Which is why I chose them first. I chose them two first.
How would it make you feel if you never saw me again?
Steve Harvey shouldn't be alive right now. I'm serious. The man you see cracking jokes on Family Feud almost single night, no matter how hungry, no matter how cold, no matter how broken, he'd find some club, some bar, some place with a microphone, and he'd get up there, even if 3 drunk people were the only audience, even if they booed him off stage.
I think Steve Harvey's
something deep
story is
inside
one of
whispered in him
my personal
to not quit.
personal
But there was one
favorites.
night,
He's like literally
one terrible night, when that voice
inspirational
almost
figure
wasn't enough.
I would love to just
The night
sit down on or off camera and literally just have like a heart-to-heart conversation, and no, like no expectations in return. And what I mean by that is like I wouldn't expect anything from him, And what I mean is, just his wisdom, not money, not hey, would you be willing to invest into me or invest into business? Like I would just love to have a one-on-one conversation with Steve Harvey, literally one of my inspirational figures, both on or off camera. I think to me would be very, very extraordinary. Not think, no, it would be pretty extraordinary. So I began doing this in the very, very beginning, and then again, limited resources. So then I had a pivot, and I was like, okay, what can I do? So I was like, you know what? Why don't I become the face to this brand, the Victor Motivation, and create motivational content? Now, I want to talk about, more like harsh truth. I don't want to sugarcoat anything and just strictly share wisdom and mental tools to break through mental barriers. So that's how this YouTube channel came into play. And I will talk about the mindsets between all of these in a second. So that's what this one came into fruition. Motivation, life stories, inspiration. And then, and I created the YouTube banners myself as well. And then I have this one, which is music. This one, too, technically was more, but I deleted a lot of content, and I just had a much better, clear vision behind this one. So pretty good. 1,300 views within 2 years. Pretty good. Then I have playlist here. So for those of you that don't know, is when it says written lyrics, yes, I written the lyrics. So created is me writing the lyrics, but also utilizing the resourcefulness of AI to help me, to help me finish the lyrics that I have created. So I create lyrics, I have the idea, and I get stuck. And I'm like, okay, I really want this vision to be good. So I'm like, okay, how can AI help me with this process? So that's where created is from. And then written is literally 100% no AI helped me with the lyrics. And I 100% written lyrics from beginning to end. And this is a fun journey. I really, really do find writing lyrics intriguing, interesting, fun. And I would really like to even see myself get behind the microphone just to mess around. I think that'd be pretty cool. But in a professional setting, I think would be pretty cool. And then, so yeah, in the life stories, it's just me and my friend. But I used AI to help generate these kind of content and see what AI was able to come up with. And so yeah, so I have that. I show this 1,300 views within 2 years. Pretty cool. And then, so all of these, and then I combined, and in here, which is 12 months of Victortheinspiration's written music. This is literally everything within this playlist. I combined everything together, compiling everything together, and I put it into this video. And as the song goes, or the video goes along, it goes in order from which song was written first, and then it goes in order like that. And yeah, so I ran a song by my grandmother as well, from beginning to end. That was a cool process. She played a very she passed away last year, so that was sentimental behind it. Written a song about my mom. I did that as well. This one, I hired someone from The Voice to help me turn my idea into fruition, and he over-delivered. It was an amazing song, great artist, great singer, God rest his soul, and yeah, very good guy. I didn't know him personally, but I did know him professionally, and yeah, very great guy. And so that's this YouTube channel. Again, these are the stats. And then I have SMA Victor. Now this is where it gets exciting. So this one is a YouTube channel where it's strictly just SMA awareness. Now I have talked about this several times in the past. So this one is only a year old. This was in April, so it's only 16 months, right? 17 months. 17 months. I had this YouTube channel going. I have 3,300 views. Pretty cool. 70 videos. 80 subscribers, and where it's just animated videos and it's SMA awareness, learn about SMA, and this is where I have an entire YouTube team that helps me create this kind of content. Now this one, regardless of the resources, I make it work, and this one is very important to me with this YouTube channel. Now this idea came into fruition because I was very curious about my SMA. I was very curious to learn more about my SMA as I was getting older. And I don't know about you, but I like to go to YouTube a lot to learn about a variety of different things. And I went to YouTube to learn about my condition, about SMA. And I found very little to no content about SMA. And if there was content, the content was like very old. It was like a year, 2 years, sometimes even longer than that, that the last video was uploaded about SMA. So, me being myself, I ended up reaching out to someone I knew, and I was like, hey, this is my idea. Can we make it work? Reached out to my team. They were like, let me look into it. This project was going on for several months. So this one, when did I get this YouTube channel going? So let's see. I created a song by SMA. That was pretty interesting, pretty cool. This is the meaning behind SMA. So when was this video uploaded? I'll explain where I'm going with this.
Hey everyone, and welcome to SMA Victor.
Let's watch it. It's
SMA,
only
for those of
a
you
minute
that
long.
don't know, is spinal muscular atrophy. And spinal muscular atrophy is a progressive disease that takes away the ability to walk, eat, and breathe over time. And the meaning behind Victor means victory. It means conqueror. It means to triumph. And the meaning behind SMA Victor is that despite the challenges that may be in front of you, is that you can always become the victor within your own story.
So that was the meaning behind it. I hope you guys can hear the audio. It's a bit vague, not the greatest sound quality, but hey, you have to start from somewhere, right? And so this was uploaded in May. Okay, so this one, this was important. So in 24 in May, I was actually working on this YouTube channel for several months, for literally, I think it was close to a year. For several months, I was back and forth with my team to get this YouTube channel going. I didn't have the financial resources to get it going at the time. So me and my team were back and forth for the longest time, negotiating prices, talking about the idea, talking about the thumbnail idea, talking about the content idea, talking about the full production of this idea. And after like several months of back and forth, then it finally came to the point where it was like, okay, we got the people ready. We got everybody ready to create this idea. So I was like, great. So this channel was created in May 24. I was working on this for several months prior to January, and it was around, I think, February. It was like at the end of January or around February, one of the two. But it was in the beginning of 2024 where I ended up having, after we got everything ready for the channel, then I was like, then it was around January or February, one of the months. I talked about it within the history of this YouTube channel as well. But I talked about my team, finally got it going, and I upload weekly with this. So everything I personally wanted to know wasn't there, and I saw an opportunity where instead of just leaving it like that, where you look it up and it's not available, I wanted to be the one to pave that path and create that door. And so I started doing that. What is SMA? How does it affect quality of life? Most common SMA symptoms. All of these different things, talking about Spinraza, all of these different things. I'm going a little bit slow so you guys can see the idea. This is a good one too, to bring awareness about travel challenges, bring awareness about SMA in general. And talking about, can you combine SMA treatments? Can you essential resources for individuals with SMA? This is one of my favorites. All of them are my favorite, don't get me wrong, but this one holds something special just because it's bringing awareness. And so you can go, how does SMA treatment work? And then see all of these different things. So that's how this YouTube channel came into play. And so this is literally a little over, say, a year and a half. This has been going on and counting. And then I have Podcast Victor, which is something I just recently started about a week and a half ago, 9 days ago. So I started this on, 9 days ago, which would be 7. So I started it on the 2nd. So the 2nd was the first day I uploaded. And then, so the 2nd was the first day I uploaded. So I uploaded my first video. So I began this project October 1st, and then I've uploaded my first video on October 2nd, 2025. So I started doing that, and this one is a bit different. So this one is, I'll explain the subscribers in a second. So I started this channel in December of 21. Now this YouTube channel, I had a different idea. I was creating different content for this YouTube channel where, again, I had a team creating the content for me, and eventually I ran out of financial resources to keep it going because, again, I had all these other things going on, and I ended up not uploading on this YouTube channel for a little over a year. It was like close to a year. It was not a little over a year. It was a little under a year, but it was being close to a year that I didn't upload any content. Now this YouTube channel, I also too had a few 100,000 subscribers. Not subscribers, a few 100,000 views on this YouTube channel. And then I removed everything, did a completely fresh slate, and I was like, okay, so what can I do? Because I want it to be the face of this YouTube channel. So then I thought about AI. I find AI very fascinating, intriguing, interesting. And I was like, okay, what can I do? So I was originally going to create a playlist on my main channel, which is this one. I was originally going to start a playlist on this one where I create AI content. But then YouTube started to enforce AI policies more with their platform, which completely makes sense. And I was like, okay, so the way that I am utilizing AI now wouldn't affect me now, but it may affect me later. So what I did is I was like, okay, you know what? Let's repurpose this YouTube channel, change the name, completely rebrand this YouTube channel. So, which is why I had a little over 700 subscribers. And so I technically started with a little over 700 subscribers, but technically as well, I got it to that point because at one point it was at 0. So I ended up rebranding this entire YouTube channel. And I was like, let's have this idea into this YouTube channel. That way, if AI happens to reinforce or add new policies later, it wouldn't affect my primary YouTube channel. That was the idea of it. So I ended up creating this. And at the end of all my YouTube channels, I don't know if you noticed, this one I don't, but, excuse me, this one I don't. But at the end of every title, I have Victor the Inspiration. Victor the Inspiration. Okay. Victor the Inspiration. And I'll explain why in a second. Victor the Inspiration. Same thing with here. Victor the Inspiration. Victor the Inspiration. And the reason why is because if you go to Google and you type in Victor the Inspiration, I want everything revolving my name, my brand, I want you to come across. So if you Google Victor the Inspiration, for example, if we go here, let's check it out. Let's do it here. So if you Google Victor the Inspiration, just like this, you will see everything there's to know about me, my website, blog post, okay, social media, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, post of mine, all of these different things you will come across Victor the Inspiration, okay, TikTok, IG threads, you will come across everything there is to know about me, okay? But I ended up doing this because, see, for here, because anyone who comes across my name, whether it's now or later, I'm thinking both in terms short-term and long-term. Short-term, you're going to come across who I am, and you're going to come across little things like this, right? The Victor introduction, which is this one, this video. This video is showcased here. And short-term, want you to get to know who I am, but even long-term, later down the road, when, these videos happen to be 1 year old or 2 years old or 5 years old or whatever it is, I wanted to pull up within my Google search for my name. So that's why I throw in Victor the Inspiration at the end. So when you whether it's someone curious to know who I am, they're going to come across all these different things that I do. Whether, it's like a potential collaboration, a partnership, or anyone, and they look me up, they're going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't know, he does this, he does that, he's working on this, he's working on that. I want everything to be shown as much as possible with everything that I do. And so I started doing that. Then I have my other website, so all these different things come up with me. And see, this is my Victor the Inspiration. So this is my primary YouTube channel. And then, see, the YouTube channel, Victor the Inspiration. Vicspiration Shared Philosophy, What to Do When Things Feel Scary, which is this one. This one comes up in the Google search. So that's why I began doing, because I was researching my name, and I was like, okay, if this YouTube channel is coming in, if my website and my YouTube channel is coming in within the search, I would like for other people to comes across my name and decides to look up my name. I want them to come across this. This was the primary goal, is to have them come across this YouTube channel as well. Because the idea behind it is that the more people that come across not so much just who I am, but so much about what SMA is, that's how we begin to spread more awareness And that is how the more people that know about what SMA is and how it works, then the more awareness around SMA, the more we are able to gather more funding, more people to help us create more further medical treatment breakthroughs. So that was the idea behind, attaching produced by Victortheinspiration, because, technically it is produced by me. Although I have a team, but, I'm the one in charge of that team. So, so that was like the main idea. So back to what I was saying about this one is everything is AI. So I have 9 out of 10 times it's going to be me and AI. So I'll create it, have a conversation, for example, like this one. Let's do this. The audio quality is not going to be great because I recently just adjusted my audio quality. So now anything, I have several videos already pre-scheduled for this one. So within the next week, you'll see a quality change within the microphone. But, like this video, for example. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Podcast Victor. I am your host, Victor, a.k.a. Victor the Inspiration on social media. And today we have ChatGPT Voice as our co-host. ChatGPT, would you like to formally introduce yourself and also make an AI disclaimer as well?
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. I'm ChatGPT, and I'm thrilled to be Victor's co-host today. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm an AI language model, so all the information I share is based on what I've learned and the details Victor has shared with me. I'm not a replacement for professional advice, but I'm here to have a great time and provide some kind of conversation. Let's get started.
Point of view. Now, how can one try to see the other person's point of view when all this time they've been so fixated on their own?
It can definitely be a challenge, but a gentle approach can help. One way is to start by asking yourself some reflective questions, like what might have been going on in that other person's life, or what experiences they might have had that led them to act the way they did. Another way is to engage in active listening if you have the chance to talk to them and really try to understand their perspective without immediately reacting. It's a process, but even small steps can make a big difference.
So that I use AI. So the idea was to incorporate AI, having a conversation with AI. Of course, be mindful when utilizing AI, and I do provide that disclaimer and everything. But yeah, so I found AI interesting, and I wanted to do something a bit different and creative. And I didn't see anyone doing this kind of style of content creation. I haven't come across anyone doing it the way that I am doing it. And I thought it was very creative. I thought it was either going to be a smart idea or a dumb one. I thought it was going to be a good idea, a great idea, or a really bad one. But I decided to just go for it. And I, personally, I find it, I personally like it. I personally do enjoy it. And I think that's what matters the most, matters a lot. And also, too, I get to provide value along the way. So then I also provide reaction-styled content as well. So, like here, I'm reacting to Mr. Beast's High Me in 10 Years video. This is a really, really cool one. I shared some personal insights and perspectives that I never shared publicly. So this, is really, really helping me. Like in the very, very beginning of this year, I told myself I want to get outside of my comfort zone. And as I have been shipping at that brick wall, that concreted brick wall, and I'm trying to break through it, this, I notice, has really, really helped me significantly chiseled down that concreted wall. And it's, so yeah, this is definitely getting me outside of my comfort zone. I find it interesting. I find it really, really cool. I find it fascinating. I really do enjoy this process. And so, yeah, I really look forward to see how this one, plays out, what other stuff I come across and talk about within this YouTube channel. And again, 700 subscribers currently, and currently 8 videos, 61 views, December 11th, 2025. And yeah, so I wanted to document this process, show you guys show you guys more. See the Victor motivation. So I added my name at the end of it. So now this video is coming across when you look up Victor the Inspiration, which to me is really, really big. And yeah, so this was a very, very long video. Dang, I did not know it was like a little over 30 minutes. But I think it was a very, very cool video to document, share with you guys, and really show you guys everything I've been working on, and also document the process where what my stats currently look like. I think that's a very, very big one, and we can measure them, how they look like within the next 12 months or this time next year. I think would be pretty, pretty cool. If you come across this video in October 11th, 2026, mention this within the comments, and hopefully at that time, maybe I'll have hit another major, I'll reach another milestone where, we can reflect on it together and really see how far we have come. But I think this would be pretty cool thought this would be pretty cool to document, share with you guys, and also provide, my own personal perspectives on everything. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention as well that on these YouTube channels, I almost forgot about this, which I mentioned in the beginning of the video, is the mindsets behind everything. So the reason why I don't provide everything within one YouTube channel, like this one, for example, is I want to speak to a different groups of audiences. So for example, like this one, I picture like I'm speaking in front of just about everyone, speaking to a broader group of people, such as maybe I'm like in a public stage, or I'm speaking at a school, or speaking at events, and I'm going to provide, my story, mental health talks, and resilience, the importance about incorporating personal development with your mental health. So, I'm speaking to a different audience. So like this one, I'm speaking to, I don't want to say everyone, but I'm speaking to people who want to improve their mental health, who are interested to hear what life is like living with a progressive disability, which is SMA. And then I talk about resilience, the importance of perseverance. And this one, I picture like I'm speaking inside of like a church, or speaking around people who are spiritual seekers. This is me where I speak in front of like Grant Cardone's 10X stage. So I'm speaking to the mindset of high achievers. This is just music. This is just SMA awareness. Anyone who is a caregiver, is an individual who lives with SMA, or even who has a partner who has SMA, or maybe your sibling who has a sibling who has SMA, or whoever, parent, guardian, teacher, mentor, coach, whoever. This is just SMA awareness. And then of course this is me just utilizing AI. But yeah, so this was like the idea. I wanted to speak about the mindsets behind all of those. And I think this was a pretty good video to document, a cool video to document and share my thoughts behind everything. And I never really shared my thoughts too in depth to this extent. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like the video. If you are new, subscribe. I am very, very close to getting 300 subscribers. We still have several weeks before the end of this year. We still have a bit of a ways before the end of the year. It would be pretty, pretty cool to see 1,000 subscribers. I am reaching for 10,000 subscribers. 100 is a bit of a reach. 10,000 is a bit of a reach, but I feel like that's more possible. But currently right now, like optimistically, I'm hoping I can reach 10,000 subscribers. But realistically, when I say realistically, I'm just talking about the way things have currently been going. I think it is extremely possible to hit 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe if you are new. Help me out. Help me get there. It'd be really, really extraordinary to see me finally reach that milestone after all these years. And it's been a very, very slow process, But one of my personal philosophies that I have personally written is that the slower one goes, the more one will have learned. That's what the journey is all about. What you learned, what you gained from the process, how much you enjoyed within the process, how much you kept the faith and put trust within the process, despite how rocky times and seasons have gone. So from me to you, I love you. I appreciate you. Comment down below if you have any questions, if you have any topics in mind you would like me to talk about. And again, I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.